ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਆਪ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਵਾਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸਭ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਈ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਈਏ। ਸੋ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ, ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਦੇਣ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਹਿਮਤਾਂ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਕਥਾ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਹਿਰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸ ਜਾਵੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, with Maharaj's Kirpa, we have now reached the 10th Hukam, which is Satguru Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji nu mananaa. Translated, only accept Dhan Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj as the true Guru, as the Satguru. Gurmukh at this stage on which countless Kathakars have sat and done Katha. Gurmukh was made for Katha Vachaks to sit and share with the Sangat the meanings of Sri Guru Bani Ji, the history of Guru Itihas, of Sikh Itihas, the Siddhant of Gurmat, the way of Gurmat, the way of the Guru. Katha is to build faith in those that A, may not have it, or B, are in need of it. Faith is the foundation of a spiritual life. If we do not have faith in Guru Sahib Ji, then we haven't got the foundation that our life will be built on. If we haven't got faith in Satguru Ji, the Satguru Ji is absolutely capable of doing anything and everything, not just what the mind can think, but out of the reach of this mind also. Just to share a very, very, very brief Sakhi. It's not even a Sakhi, so only can be a couple of sentences. out of the Sikh religion. When Lord Jesus Christ was walking through Jerusalem and masses were following him, an old lady who was a cripple and a leper, she reached out and she grabbed his robe. Just grabbed it momentarily and then let go of it. And Jesus Christ stopped walking and his attention was on that lady. And he asked the lady, he said, "Why did you grab my robe?" And she said, "I believe that you are the Son of God. I believe that you are the prophet that was promised. And I believe just by grabbing your hem, your robe, that this disease of leprosy and me being a cripple can be cured." And what Jesus Christ said there, he said, "It's not my robe that has cured you, that will cure you, I beg your pardon. It's not the fact that I am the prophet that has been promised to the Jews." He said, "But it's your faith in the Almighty Lord, that the one he has sent also has that power to heal you." If there was no faith, she wouldn't have held. If there was no faith and she had not held, she would not have been cured, and she was cured instantaneously. Throughout numerous Sakya and Gursikhi, Maharaj has cured lepers and cripples merely by just looking at them. But what they demonstrated at the very first opening of any dialogue is that they believed Guru Nanak Dev Ji not to be the Son of God, but to be the embodiment of Akal Purkh Vaheguru God himself. Had there not been that faith there, nothing would have happened. This stage was made to build the very foundation for the spiritual life of those that sit in this darbar and darbars like this across the world. But unfortunately, those people that have just read 2 or 3 books, gone to some college in India for a couple of years, they come here and they spew that venom. Forget building faith, to deplete faith. Any faith that they might have had, to deplete it. They sit here and they spew that venom. That translates into having no faith in Satguru Granth Sahib Ji, in not believing that Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is the third Shabd Sarup, the form of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. They speak those words that try to convince the listeners that Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is just another. And it hurts me to say this, but I have to use these words because this is what their direction is. That Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is just another Dharmik Granth, just another holy book. They speak those words that take away the unlimited, the unimaginable power that is in Gur Shabad. The reason why I wanted to point this out, Gurmukho, I cannot speak for any individual here. You are all blessed and I seek the dust off your feet. But I come across so many individuals that have actually started to believe that Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is nothing but a Dharam Granth. They refer to Satguru Ji as just a Dharam Granth. And when I hear those words, for me, I'll come back to myself later, this is not about me. But when I hear those words, I think, where have we come from and where have we ended up? All because of those people that have sat on this same stage and have spoken utter nonsense and utter rubbish because I went to some college for a couple of years and read 2 or 3 books. This is not Sikhi. Sikhi is a game of many lifetimes. And to build faith, those of you that have seen how Guru Sahib Ji has reached out to you individually in your lives, you will know what Guru Sahib Ji is. So the 10th Hukam of Sat Guru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji nu manana, that only Satguru Granth Sahib Ji should be accepted as the true and eternal Guru of the Gursikhs. To touch upon more, to elaborate on this more, we sometimes think that if I'm looking at Satguru Granth Sahib Ji as the Guru, then who is God? Gurmukh, the supreme being that we call God, Vaheguru, Ram, Rahim, Allah, Khuda, Yehovah, that supreme being Vaheguru is not like us. We are tied to a bodily form. They are no form, yet they are every form. But there's three forms that are always, that I want to take our attention to. There's the Nirgun Sarup, Chakkar Chehen ar Barnajat ar Paat Nehen Jeh, Roop Rang ar Rekh Pek, Ko Keh Na Sakat Keh, Achal Murtan Paho Prakas, Amit Toj Kehijah, कोट इंदर इंदरान है साहे सा हान गणिजै त्रिभवन में ही सुर नार असुर नेत नेत बनतरन कहत तो ऐ सर्व नाम कथा पवन कर्म नाम बरमत सुमत. In Jap Sahib, Maharaj opens the Pavan Bani of Dasam Bani Sri Jap Sahib. And Maharaj says he has no form, no color, no mark. Who is Guru Gobind Singh Ji writing this? That is the Sargun Sarup of the Nirgun. Nirgun is without any form. But when that form takes form, it manifests itself in a body. What you have before you is the shape of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj to Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. In the 10th Roop they write about their own formless roop of having no color, no caste, no mark, no shape, just prakash, just light. That is the Nirgun Swarup. When they become in bodily form is the Sargun Swarup. Now when they take the Sargun Swarup, it's for a reason. And the reason was to come to this planet Earth and bring us humans back into line. To create a certain individual, and the individual, the man they wanted to create was the Khalsa. From Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj to Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj, having completed the one that they wanted to complete, there was no reason for them to stay here in bodily form. Then their body, the 5 elements this body is made out of, re-assimilated into the 5 elements, and they became what they've always been and they always are, and that is Shabd Swarup. They stayed here with us in the Swarup of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. From the very first Swarup, Guru's play is very hard to understand and we can very easily become confused. Whenever Guru Sahib Ji was asked, who are you? Maharaj referred to themselves as Tadi, as Kirtaniya. Such is Guru Maharaj's Nimrata. Maharaj even referred to themselves as Neech. Guru Maharaj never, let me just word this correctly. Satguru Maharaj referred to themselves as Satguru, but also referred to Akal Purkh Vaheguru as their Satguru. Also referred to Shabd as their Satguru. From the very first Swarup, when asked, the Siddh Zataka Maharaj, Bale, child, who is your Guru? Maharaj said, Shabd Guru. Surt Tun Chela. Maharaj said, the Shabd is my Guru. From the very first Swarup, they have tied the Sikh Sangat with Shabd as being Guru. Even though they are Satguru themselves, but they wanted to tie us with Shabd Guru because there's going to come a day they're not going to stay with us in their bodily Swarup. They're going to stay with us in Shabd Swarup, so they tied us with Shabd Swarup from the very, very, very first Swarup. Shabd Guru, Surt Tun Chela. Maharaj, Shabd is my Guru. My Surt, my focus, my attention is the Chela, is the servant of what? Of the Tun, of whatever Shabd is teaching me. From there on, in the second Swarup, in the third Swarup, in the 3rd Swaroop, in the 4th Swaroop, in the 5th Swaroop, then they came and they established the holy city of Amritsar Sahib, Harmandir Sahib, they established. Once having done that, Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj then began, I have to use the word collect, all the banya of the Bhagats and the previous Gurus. Guru Arjan Dev Ji went to the sons of Guru Amar Das Sahib Ji Maharaj, and whatever bani in the Swaroop of Pothi Sahib, in the Swaroop of Granths, was with the sons of Guru Amar Das Sahib Ji Maharaj. Guru Arjan Dev Ji then collected them, brought them back. Maharaj had a big tent erected. Wherever the Bhagats were, all over the universe, whichever place they were in, Maharaj called them to those tents. Some Vidwans, some historians like that Guru Sahib Ji went on a Gurbani finding mission. These are just some culps, these are just views. They have no legitimacy. In history, what you will find, what is written at the people of the time, and those Brahmgyani Sadhu Mahatmas, the Guru Sahib Ji erected a big tent, and Maharaj called each and every single Bhagat from wherever they were in the universe and had them speak the Bani that was given to them by a Kalpurk Vaheguru. And Maharaj also then wrote that Sri Guru Bani Ji in the Swaroop that we know as Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj today. From the very day Maharaj started writing that Bani, those of you that have been to India, you will know at Amrit Vela when the Prakash happens of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji at Harmandir Sahib, the Pavan, the pure Swaroop of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is brought from a place called Kotha Sahib. That Kotha Sahib is the same Kotha Sahib where Satguru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj, from the day they start writing Sri Gurbani Ji, Gurmukh Day, I beg your pardon, from the day they completed the Sri Gurbani Sahib Ji, the day the Bir was completed, the day the Swaroop of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji was completed, Maharaj never slept on a Manja Sahib themselves. The Swaroop of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj was on a Manja Sahib. Satguru Ji put a chadar on the floor and slept on the floor. Now, some people say that if the Sargun and the Shabd and the Nirgun are one, why did Guruji sleep on the floor and the Shabd Swaroop on the Manja Sahib? Gurmukh Guru Maharaj is Trikal Darshi, they can see through all three times. They know that us human beings and the fluctuations of our mind go here, there and everywhere. They know we can be very easily influenced by people who can string words cleverly together to destroy our faith. And they knew that times would come where people would sit on this stage, as I said before, and attempt to show Satguru Granth Sahib Ji as just another Dharm Granth. So what they demonstrated is from the very word go, that there is no comparison to the Shabd Swaroop. They slept on the floor themselves and they placed Maharaj Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Swaroop on the Manja Sahib. Even now in Kotha Sahib, Gurmukh, this is the Shraddha, this is the belief of good Sikhs, and a good Sikh is nothing if he has no belief. Even now in Kotha Sahib, where Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Swaroop is on a Manja Sahib, a chadar is still on the floor. That is the love between Guru Arjan Dev Ji and the Swaroop of Shabd. That Sikh Sangta still know that even though they cannot see, Maharaj may come to rest here. In the 6th Swaroop, Dhan Satguru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, and it doesn't get any clearer than this. Maharaj, when the Sangat Sari Judi Beti Si, Maharaj spoke to the entire Sangat and said, Guru Ki Sangat Ji, whoever has come here with whatever bhavna in their heart, that bhavna will be fulfilled. Not only today, forever, for time to come. Jeda vi Satguru Granth Sahib Ji nu Satguru Granth Sahib Ji da dhyan tarke, whoever focuses their mind on Satguru Granth Sahib Ji and then matha tekuga Nirankar da Swaroop janke, the God that we heard about, Allah, Khuda, Ram, unlimited names. Whoever focuses their dhyan on Satguru Granth Sahib Ji and then matha tekda, thinking, well, we have to think, even though they are Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is a Kalpurukh Waheguru. I'm sitting here, I'm talking. I sometimes find it hard to sit here and talk. There, it's hard for us to sometimes think this, is the master of the universe, the creator of all the stars. And here is a half-dim spark. When I focus my attention on that, I sometimes find it hard to speak. So Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj said, Jo Nirankar Jaan ke, whoever accepts Satguru Granth Sahib Ji as the eternal Lord, the formless Lord, whatever their dilo manokamna will be fulfilled, not only that day, from that day onwards. When the first Prakash Gurmukh, I skipped that bit, I forgot about it. When the first Prakash of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji was done, Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj did not speak. They asked Baba Buddha Ji, they said, Baba Buddha Ji, Bhai Buddha Ji, Vaak Lavo. What you know as Sri Hukam Sahib has got many names, and Vaak is one of the names. And those people that think, Guru Pyari Sahib Sangat Ji Thade Sare de Charna Ch Benti hai, please do not think this is towards anyone here. Tan ho tusi that you sitting in Guru Sangat. But this is also going out on social media. And you will come across people that do think of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji just as a Dharam Granth. You go to anywhere in the world, you try speaking to a Dharam Granth, they will not speak back to you. You will not get any answers. I'm not doing Nindi of Dharam Granth, my namaskar to every single religion. Why? Because Guru Sahib Ji started them off. But it's a fact. No Dharam Granth will speak back to you. When Baba Buddha Ji took the very first Vaak, the very first Hukamnama Guru Sahib Ji took, Baba Buddha Ji took, Guru Granth Sahib Ji spoke to the entire planet for the very mission they came to this planet for. Maharaj says, Santan ke karj aap khloa, har kam karavan aya Ram. That the Akal Purukh Waheguru has stood and come into this world to settle the affairs and the works of the Sants. Who is Sant? Gurmukh any Nitanemi, Gursikh, Redwan is a Sant. The person who treads on the path of Satguru Sahib Ji's teaching is a Sant. Maharaj says, we have come for those people into this world who have recognized what this life is for and now want to join with the Kalpurukh Waheguru. There are people sitting here, there are people also listening, that have come and spoke to me at certain times. Not that I've got anything to give, but they came to speak to me with certain problems in their life. And those people will know, not only those people, you other Gurmukh as well, wherever you are sitting and listening, that when you've gone to Guru Sahib Ji with whatever issue or problem you've had, and you've taken a Sri Hukamnama Sahib from Maharaj Ji, Maharaj answered each and every concern and addressed everything that we went there seeking. So, Gurmukh Satguru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji nu manana. Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Prakash has always been from Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj in the Diwan. Now you'd think if Satguru Granth Sahib Ji was Satguru and the Prakash was there, what was the need for a bodily form? Gurmukh, whatever Maharaj wanted to do in a bodily form, whatever they want to do, whatever they wanted to do, they done in 10 swoops. And once having done that, they were going to always go back into their Shabd Swaroop. When in the 10th Swaroop, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj, having created the man that they came to create here in the form of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj, and realized that I don't have to stay here anymore in bodily form, then Maharaj did their play at Sri Hazur Sahib, where Guru Sahib Ji was stabbed. And Maharaj Sari Sangat nu Sambodhan Kita. The Ragi Singhs who did Kirtan just before Das came on stage, they were doing Rastana Kirtan of Sab Sikhan ko hukam hai Guru Manyo Granth. Guru Granth Ji Manyo Pargat Guran ki de, jo Prabh ko mil boch hai, khoj shabd mein de. Guru Gobind Singh Ji at that time spoke. All the Sikhs, Maharaj didn't request us to. Maharaj made it hukam. Maharaj said, Sab Sikhan ko hukam hai. To all the Sikhs, Maharaj said, this is my hukam. Guru Manyo Granth. The Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Sache Padshah. Only accept them and believe in them as your Sat Guru, as your true Guru. Guru Granth Ji Manyo Parkat Guran ki de. Because we being bodies are attached to bodies. Most Gursikhs even now, when they focus on the bodily swarup of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, whichever swarup they are more attached to. Very rarely does anyone focus on the swarup of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji, but that's what we should be doing. Baba Thakur Singh Ji, they used to always advise not only Granthi Singhs but Sikh Sangat as well, that in the darbar of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you should take down the photos of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji. Why? Did they not like the photos of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji? No, not because of that. Because their attempt was to focus the Gursikh's mind on the living Guru, Tan Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And I use the words living Guru. Like I said, those of you who have ever done Ardas in front of Maharaj, and Maharaj has spoken back. Only a living person speaks back, nobody else speaks back. Baba Ji used to say, take them down because Jiri Sangat da Dhyan Satguru Granth Sahib Ji wal jave. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj says, Sab Sikhan ko hukam hai Guru Manyo Granth, Guru Granth Ji Manyo. Pargat Guran ki de. Maharaj said, know this, that the manifest form of the 10 swarups, why? Because we are always attached to the bodily swarup. Rightly so. I can't stop thinking about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. How can I ever stop doing that? I can't stop thinking about Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji. But Maharaj says, if you want to meet the 10 swarups of Akal Purkh Waheguru of their Sargun Swarup, Pargat Guran ki de, Maharaj says this, those 10 swarups in one are right in front of you manifest. Jo Prabh ko mil bo chahe. It's actually Jo Prabh ko milyo chahe. That's how it was originally written, but then they changed it to Mil Bo Chahe, and that's what everyone sings in Ardas now. Chalo khair, Maharaj Kirpa Karan, there come a time when even that will be corrected. So, Jo Prabh ko milyo chahe. Maharaj says, whoever wants to meet Prabh, the Nirgun Swarup, Jo Prabh ko milyo chahe, khoj shabd mein le. Maharaj search for that Nirgun, the Akal Purkh Waheguru. In the Shabad, in Satguru Granth Sahib Ji, Maharaj has brought all 3 swarups in those panktiyan into one swarup of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji. Having said this, the Sikh Sangat, Gurmukh, I try to sometimes sit and I try to take my mind back to that time when Guru Sahib Ji was speaking. I've never met Guru Nanak Dev Ji, I've never met Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj, but my heart breaks when I think of them. Out of desperation of wanting to meet them. If someone like me can feel like that, I get lost for words. I can just sometimes sit there. I shouldn't be using the word I. This is not about me, but I can't find any other words to use. I can sometimes sit there, and this is no Gant of Gurmukh. I can sit there for an hour, 2 hours just thinking about Guru Sahib Ji. And the feeling doesn't lessen any. It doesn't get any less in wanting to meet Guru Sahib Ji. And yet I've never set eyes on any of the Daspat Singh. Just imagine the hearts of the Gursikhs at that time when Guru Sahib Ji is giving this instruction, and they know that there's going to be no more bodily Swaroop, and the 10th Swaroop is now going to re-assimilate their 5 elements into the 5 elements and go back into Shabd Jot Swaroop. The Gursikhs burst out crying, and when the Gursikhs burst out crying, Guru Maharaj dheeraj denu like a father gives comfort to their son. Maharaj the next day, as Satguru Granth Sahib Ji a prakash here, Ekdai Maharaj da prakash, just as like this the prakash was. Tan Satguru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj bought a thal with a nariyal and 5 paise. Guru Padshah Ji Maharaj took their very own Siri Sahib, their kirpan. Nobody else has ever handled Guru Sahib Ji's kirpan other than Guru Sahib Ji themselves. There's other sakhi I can use here to explain what happened to people that day. Unless Guru Sahib Ji has given it as the utmost highest form of respect, nobody else has ever handled Guru Sahib Ji's Siri Sahib. Maharaj took their own Siri Sahib Ji out and put the Siri Sahib Ji in front of the Swaroop of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji. Why? There is no difference between Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji and Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Then Maharaj asked, 5 Rahatwan Singh, they were all Rahatwan in those days, but however Maharaj gives great significance to the number 5. Maharaj stood 5 Singh behind Satguru Granth Sahib Ji's room. Then about 35-40 members of the Sangat behind them. Then Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj says, Khalsa Ji, yaad rakhyo, remember this, that should anyone sit on a wall and cause it to run off, should anyone sit on a tree and fly off with it, meaning, should anyone possess those powers that they are able to do that. And these are not made up things. In Rid Siddh, there's a lot of things you can do. But for a Gursikh, Rid Siddh is that the dust on, no, the dust on the floor has no value. This dust will give us mukti, there you are. Maharaj says, should anyone even possess those powers, and you've seen them with your eyes, Ada Nishta, your faith, do not take it off Satguru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru to alawa kise hor nu adi aas na banayo, don't make anybody else your hope. Maharaj said that we, meaning themselves, we shall always be with you Sangat Ji. Maharaj said, Guru Khalsa, I will never ever leave you. I will always be with you. First and foremost, Maharaj says, through the Siri Sahib that Maharaj put in front of Satguru Granth Sahib Ji, I shall show you me being with you through this. I shall show you me being with you through Guru Shabad. Taking us back to when Das was saying, those of you that have felt Guru Sahib Ji function in your lives, work in your lives, those of you come to Guru Sharan with one issue or problem or the other, and then Maharaj has answered each and every single one. Gurmukh, I too always come to Maharaj's Sharan. I once came to Maharaj's Sharan. Gurmukh was about 3 or 4 different things that were troubling me in my life. And the Sri Hukamnama Sahib Maharaj blessed me with and totally depleted those things that my life had all 4 mentioned in that Sri Hukamnama Sahib. Maharaj says, I will be with you through Shastra and through Shastra, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, our Swaroop. Shastra is their Swaroop also. Maharaj says, I'll be with you through the 5 Singhs always. That's why when we sometimes can't make heads or tails of certain things in our lives, we've been told by Guru Sahib Ji to seek the sanctuary and the guidance of 5 Rahatwan Singhs. 5 Singhs that are living their life as per instruction of Guru Sahib Ji, not just any 5 nilly-nally that sometimes people do. Maharaj says, then I shall be also with you in Gur Sangat Swaroop, the 35-40 standing at the back. Which Sangat Har Prabh Vasaya Jiyo, in the Sangat. Mala says, I shall be there always with you. Gurmukh, whenever you come here, whenever I come here, we must never leave home texting our friends and talking to other people. Before you leave home, learn to do this one thing. Focus your mind and keep your mind focused on this one thing. That I am not going to a building. Done is this building, I'll rub the sand of this building on my face. I'm not knocking the building. I'm not going to a building. I am going, if we can condition our minds to this is what Guru Sahib wants from us. I am going to meet the master of the universe. I am going to meet the Sarup of Guru Nanak Dev Ji to Guru Gobind Sahib Ji. I am going to meet the one who not only created and fashioned my body, but is the master of my destiny also. If we can learn to condition our mind like that and then we come here, I don't need to tell you what will happen, then you'll experience yourself what will start happening then. But because this is something that very few people condition their mind to. Maharaj not only at Sri Huzur Sahib said, Sab Sikhs ko hukam hai Guru Manyo Granth. In 52 Hukam, Satguru Ji has made the 10th Hukam. We Satguru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji nu mananaa. There is no other Guru for us. Sometimes, through lack of our own belief or conditioning of the mind, we may run to others. No. Speak with Guru. Guru always answers. That brings us to the conclusion of this week's Diwan, Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji. This is where I get stuck now. I would like to thank Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and instead would like to thank the creator of the universe. How can I even make the comparison? It's their Katha Bhai done, but Dhan Satguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji da kotam ko shukr hai that they gave me, Das, a thaan in your charan, Satguru. Das would like to thank you, Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, because thade bhagan de naal Das ko ati seva. If it wasn't your part, how would this Katha happen? However, whilst doing Katha Vichara, no doubt I made numerous mistakes. Those of you who are Sujwan, Gurmukh Pyare, by all means teach Das, but do a Das also in front of Maharaj, so I can learn too. Next week, I believe it's my turn, it might be Jagmohan Singh Ji's turn. Dekho who Guru Sahib Ji blesses with the seva. Until then, aao sab mai pai. Let's dhyan kariye Satguru Granth Sahib Ji da. If not any other time, let's try to focus our attention now that we truly are sitting in the Charan Sharan of the creator of the universe, and say Guru Fateh. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.